Welcome to the fourth game of the 2025 Muleshoe Mules varsity football season and our live stream coverage of Muleshoe versus the Canadian Wildcats football game from Benny Douglas Football Stadium and David Wood Field here in Muleshoe, Texas. We'll go to our pregame with our voice of the Muleshoe Mules, Elliott Davis, here in just a few moments. And then at 7 o'clock will be kickoff. We'll have the whole first half and then all of the halftime activities, including the band performances, including the Mighty and Marching Band and the Canadian Band, and then the second half in its entirety as well in our live stream tonight. Brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you, Bamert Seed, Dell Oil Company, and Irrigation Pumps and Power. Our live stream here by Gillam Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com. We'll take you to Elliott Davis here in just a few moments for our pregame before the big Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian Wildcats varsity football game.
Ladies and gentlemen, football fans far and wide, welcome to a momentous evening right here at David Wood Field, nestled inside Benny Douglas Stadium. I'm Elliott Davis, your voice of the Mules, coming to you under the Friday Night Lights with MuleshoeTV.com. Big matchup tonight as your Muleshoe Mules hosting a very, very good Canadian team, traveling very far, a little over 3 hours. The Wildcats coming into Benny Douglas Stadium. Now, Canadian coming in at 3-0 on this season already. They have victories against Elk City, Bushland, and Dumas. Muleshoe 2-1 on the season. They were the only team in District 238 Division 2 who lost last week. Current standings coming in, Slayton 3-0. They beat New Deal last week. Littlefield is 3-0. They beat Abernathy last week. Of course, Muleshoe at 2-1. We lost to New Home last week. Roosevelt is 1-2. They did beat Brownfield, and then Idalou beat Levelland to be at a 1-2 record. Now, between all those teams, you have some common opponents. Muleshoe beating Brownfield 42-14, and Roosevelt only being Brownfield 47-32. You had Littlefield, who also had a really close game with Lamesa. Muleshoe going to Lamesa, beating Lamesa there 32-24. Then Muleshoe losing to New Home 34-14. And week 3 is kind of, you're coming into this one trying to look for a big victory. You have a very, very, very good Canadian team coming into this, ranked top 5 in many, many, many different platforms for the state of Texas. For your Canadian Wildcats, you do have number 2, Religio Venezuela. He's a junior. Number 3, Zach Clark. He is a junior. Number 5, Isaac Sines. He's a sophomore. Number 6, Edwin Patino. He's a senior. It's number 7, J.W. Coffey. He's a junior. Number 8, Junior Cervantes. He's a senior. Number 10, Miles Kerbo. He's a junior. Number 11, Bridger Burris. He's a junior. Number 12, Weston Mitchell, a sophomore. Number 13, Jet Cervantes, a junior. 14, Chris Flores, a sophomore. 17, CJ Jimenez, a senior. 21, Sladen Dickinson, a senior. 22, Riggs Pennington, a senior. 24, Enrique Mondragon, senior. 29, Fabian Diaz, sophomore. 34, Gunnar Brady, freshman. Number 50, Braden Cumberly, senior. 51, Eduardo Jaquez, junior. 54, Daniel Jimenez, a senior. 55, Mark Haygood, a senior. 56, Parker Sanchez, a junior. 57, Finn Newmere, junior. 58, Aiden Redhart, a junior. 60, Jackson Poe, a senior. 62, Johan Harris, a senior. 64, Yessi Juarez, a junior. 66, Luis Enrijo, a senior. 68, Jackson Arthur, a junior. 71, Marcus Herrera, a senior. The head coach is Andy Cavalier. The superintendent is Julia McMains. Now for your Muleshoe meal lineup for this game, you do have number 0, Ram Regalado. He's a sophomore wide receiver linebacker, 5'9", 145. Number 1, Mauro Hernandez. He's a senior wide receiver defensive back, 58, 150. Number 2, Noah Hernandez. He's a junior wide receiver defensive back. He is 5'10" at 150. Then you have Aiden Garcia, who is number 3. He is a sophomore wide receiver defensive back, 5'9", 150. Eduardo Sines, number 4, senior running back linebacker, 5'11", 175. Aiden Hinoza, coming in, number 5, senior wide receiver defensive back, 5'8", 150. And we're going to go to the national anthem real quick. Ronnie Hernandez, number 6, senior, wide receiver, defense back, 5'7", 140. Blaine Klafka, number 7, senior, tight end, defensive line, 6'2", 230. Andrew Hermio, number 9, junior, wide receiver, linebacker, 5'10", 170. Josue Sigala, number 10, junior, running back, linebacker, 5'10", 170. Chris Tovar, number 11, junior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'8", 140. Luis Valles, number 13, senior, wide receiver, defensive back, 5'9", 145. Francisco Ciarceres, number 16, senior, running back, linebacker, 5'8", 175. Nehemiah Sanchez, number 17, senior, running back, linebacker, 5'11", 165. Kicking away is going to be Ram Regalado. As I continue down the list of the Muleshoe roster, you do have number 19, Brayton Butler, senior, quarterback, defensive line, 6'1", 225. Jaden Agundias, number 20, junior, tight end, linebacker, 5'9", 160. Davian Satal, 24, junior, running back, linebacker, 5'10", 160. Now on for your offense and defensive line. You have Evan Jenkins, number 50, junior, 5'10", 185. Alonzo Ramirez, 51, senior, 5'10", 205. Jesus Rodriguez, 52, senior, 5'9", 190. Dallas Barone, 55, junior, 5'10", 230. Really good blocks out in front for Canadian as number 5 is going to make his way down the sideline. He's finally going to be brought down into Muleshoe territory. Number 60, Tony Rodriguez, senior, offensive line, defense line, 6'3", 275. Jake Villanueva, 72, senior, offensive line, defense line, 6'1", 210. Daniel Mendoza, number 74, senior, offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 225. And Diego Molina, number 75, senior, offensive line, defensive line, 5'10", 270. Here we go. It's going to be a little pass out to number 34 in the flat.
Swing pass from number 12.
Number 34 is Gunnar Brady.
Gunnar Brady. Game of 9 on the play.
And the Wildcats now moving fast as the quarterback will take it himself and go up the left side. It's finally brought down, not before he does get a first down. That was Weston Mitchell.
It is going to be enough for a first down.
Mitchell sends a man in motion. It's going to go look out to the side. That ball was almost intercepted. Was read by number 20, Jaden Agundias.
Chris Perez was broken up by number 20, Jaden Agundias. To a second down coming up for the Wildcats.
Second down and 10 now for the Wildcats. Here we go, Mitchell dropping back. He's looking over the middle, and that ball was thrown behind his intended receiver, C.J. Jimenez.
Mitchell misses his target to number 17, C.J. Jimenez. 3rd and 10 coming up for the Wildcats.
Here we go, big third down here for this Muleshoe offense. Man in motion is number 8, and that's going to be a pitch, but here we go. Flags everywhere, false start. Oh, offsides on Muleshoe. I think coach is trying to figure out what happened too. Is a few players jumped on the Canadian side, but here we go, 3rd and 5. Clock will run. 11 minutes left in this first quarter. If you're just now joining us, 0-0. This is the first drive of this game. Here we go. Carried by Mitchell. Mitchell going up the right side. He decides to keep it himself. Touchdown, Wildcats. That'll bring the score 6-0. 10:49 left in the first quarter in favor of the Canadian Wildcats. And it looks like there is an injured player. Kind of continuing going down the line just a little bit as the looks like Josue Sigala was able to get up on his own and he's walking off the field. Your head coach is Bo Dickinson, offensive coordinators Aaron Witten, defensive coordinator Jay McCook. Your other coaches are as listed. You got Stephen Butler, AJ Villanueva, Kyler Musgrave, Gabe Harris, Justin Reyna, Brody Sutterfield, Adrian Bustillos, Marcus Herrera, John Chavez, and Ruben Tellez. Fabian Diaz will attempt the PAT. And that kick is up and good through the uprights, about as good as you can get it. That'll make the score 7-0. The Wildcats strike first. Muleshoe.
Offsides is called against the Mules.
Look,
Penalty is declined.
try to answer back as offensive possession and special teams will come out to receive this kickoff. And tonight we do have the Muleshoe High School class of 75 celebrating the 50th class reunion. They are seated in the far left of the reserve section. Make sure you swing by and say hi. If you follow along this week, there will be a post from Gil you'll be able to find on MuleshoeTV.com and YouTube, Facebook, all the different places. Gil will be interviewing that class. They will be at the Senior Citizen Center. Really looking forward to that video to come out, and if you are interested, you can find it at MuleshoeTV.com and all the other websites. Here we go. That kick's going to be end over end. It's going to go directly to Josue Sigala, and Josue is going to be able to get around, and he's not going to be able to escape. Number 7 was able to escape one Wildcat, but not the other.
Sigala fields a kickoff, brings it out to the 30-yard line where the Mules.
So J.W. Coffey with the tackle will bring out this Muleshoe offense. And fun little fact for the night is Coach Bo and his wife Jessica both grew up in Canadian, and they graduated from Canadian high school, so some similarities in tonight's game as Josue Sigala is out at quarterback. 2 receivers at the bomber screen. Man in motion is going to be Nehemiah Sanchez. That's going to be keeper by Sigala, and Sigala's going to get a big gain. Gain of 12. 13. Gain of 13 for Josue Sigala.
To the 33-yard line, and it's going to be good for a Muleshoe Mule. Touchdown.
So Muleshoe with the big first down. Same formation coming out. Sigala all by himself in the Wildcat. Here we go. Sanchez, and looks like it's going to be false start. Signal was offsides at first and changed the false start.
Flag against the Mules. False start is the call.
Here we go. Big game for this Muleshoe Mule team as they look to bounce back from a loss, trying to keep the momentum going into the season. Here we go. Butler, quarterback, Sigala in motion. That throw is going to be out to him. will go out of bounds. Pass incomplete.
Pass by number 19, Butler, to number 10, Segala. Ball's incomplete.
Segala, the intended receiver, just a little outside reach of his hands, bobbled up, and then went out of bounds. Will be a 2nd down and 15 for this Muleshoe offense. Here we go. Butler all by him, lonesome in the backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Quick pass is going to be intercepted, and that's going to be gone to the house's coffee. So the Wildcats with a big interception. Coffee followed his receiver all the way through, stayed put, and was able to find an interception and took that one all the way to the house. 13-0 is your score. Fabian Diaz to attempt the PAT. Snap is good, kick is up, and I think it went right, and it did. Just a little far right. Keeps the score 13-0, but
attempt is no good.
Muleshoe now in trouble as they are behind early in this one, and they are behind by 2 possessions. 13-0, 9:40 left if you're just now joining us in this first quarter. And that was a really, really good just settling in there from the linebacker, number 7, Coffee. He sat in that area and he waited for that pass to come from Brayton Butler. And that was just really good defense by the Wildcats. Muleshoe looking to bounce back. Back to receive is 10, Josue Sigala. And kicking it away is going to be Fabian Diaz. Kick is going to be end over end, but goes straight into the hands of 24 Satal, and he's going to have some room to run and does lose the ball, and number 17 is going to pick it up. That's CJ Jimenez, who's going to be brought down.
Number 24, Satal, fields the ball.
Davian Satal just really good. You know, he found a space up the middle, but then just good special teams play by the tackler there as he was able just to punch that ball out in the very last second before he got anything out. So 1st and 10 for this Wildcat offense. 13-0 is our score with 9:26 left in the first quarter.
Infraction called against the Mules.
So sideline infraction called against Muleshoe. We'll take the ball inside the 15, and that didn't really see much of a sideline infraction. The play was over, and some coaches were on the field talking to their players, so here we go. Mitchell looking, ball's bobbled. It's intended receiver number 17, CJ Jimenez. Ball's incomplete, makes it 2nd and 10 for the Wildcats.
2nd down coming up for the Wildcats.
Weston Mitchell, the quarterback. I have number 14, that's Chris Flores to his right. Very tight formation. Here we go. Flores, man in motion. Mitchell is going to just heave it up there to his really tall receiver. Coming in at 6'6" is Riggs Pennington.
Number 12, Mitchell is complete to number 22, Riggs Pennington. And it will be a touchdown.
That's going to be a touchdown. Now, before the game started, you know, they were targeting 22. They were just really kind of lobbing the ball up to him. He has really great hands as Fabian Diaz will attempt the PAT. And that will be no good. And there's a flag that was thrown very, very, very late. And they're saying offsides on Muleshoe. It seems like Muleshoe's just going to get every call tonight so far. 9:16 left in the first quarter. 19-0 is your score in favor of the Wildcats. Snap is good, kick is up, and then that one will go through. Second time's the charm. Makes score 20-0, 9:16 left in the first quarter.
The point after attempt is good. Your score is now
Muleshoe down in this one early. They're down by a good chunk already as he's going to have to kind of shake a lot of this off. And I mean, you still have a lot of football to play. You know, anything can happen, but just an interception, pick six to the house, and then turn around and gave the ball right back to them on the fumble. So 2 turnovers turns into 13 points for this Canadian Wildcat team. And I mean, if you take that away, Muleshoe was making their way down the field on that first possession that the offense had.
10, Sigala, and kicking off.
Sigala back to receive this kick. Fabian Diaz to kick it away. And here we go. Kick's going to go end over end. And that's going to be number, can't quite get a number on them. That was number 3, Aiden Garcia, who was able to take the kick and bring it out to around the 33-yard line. So 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe offense. And well, you have to go down and answer right here, kind of bring that momentum back your way. If you could do it fast, you would really like to. Sigala all by himself, man in motion is Sanchez, and Sanchez is now going to take it, and he's going to be hit 3 yards behind the line of scrimmage, was able to get 1, so loss of 2 will make it 2nd and 12 for this Muleshoe offense.
2nd and 12 coming up for the Mules.
And Canadian, you know, every team's going to watch film, and, you know, you see that Muleshoe is really relying heavily on that runner. Canadian stacking box with 7 players right now. We'll bring in maybe an 8th one, you know. But yeah, stack is 7 in the box, almost 8 again. Here we go. Handoff. Sigala's going to get the outside edge, and he's going to be hit out of bounds. Sigala is able to get it back inside the 6. A gain of about 3 or 4 will make it 3rd down and 8.
Gets out to the 35-yard line.
But this Canadian defense pressing the Muleshoe receiver, so the press up. Here we go. Butler, the quarterback. Sigala to his left. 2 receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Big 3rd down right here for this Muleshoe offense. Butler dropping back, looking, and he's going to make the pass, and that pass could be over the head of Sigala, and this might be in the area of holding, so we'll see. So chop block on Muleshoe, and
Flag on the play, chop block.
the funny thing is, I didn't really see a chop block in there. But Canadian will take the penalty. It'll be a repeat 3rd down, and it'll be 3rd and forever for this Muleshoe offense.
It's going to be 3rd and long coming up for the Mules.
Butler and company looking off to the sideline. 2 receivers at the bottom of your screen, 2 at the top of your screen. Butler dropping back, looking. He's going to have to get rid of it. A little screen out to Sigala. And Sigala's going to be able to get out, but not back to the sticks. 4th down.
Screen.
Now some decent blocking out in front, but you know, the Canadian is very pressed on the receivers, and what they're doing is they're keeping a hand on receiver just to make sure the pass isn't coming, but they saw the screen and 2 Canadian Wildcats were there to step up immediately. Here we go. Punt by Sigala. It's going to be high, end over end. It goes straight into the hands of number 8. It's Junior Cervantes, and he's going to be fouled, forced out of bounds.
Ball is punted away, fielded by number 8, Cervantes. He gets the ball to the 30-yard line before he's pushed out of bounds. It'll be 1st down coming up for the Wildcats.
So 1st down for this Canadian Wildcats team. They are up 20-0, 7:27. You're just now joining us. And Muleshoe needs to get a stop here. Turnover something. Here we go. Man in motion. Mitchell dropping back, looking to his left. Gets it over the middle. Dumps off to number 8, Cervantes, and is finally brought down. That'll be a gain of 10 for a Wildcat 1st down.
Pass is complete to number 8, Cervantes. Gain of 10 on the play. 1st down for the Wildcats.
Flores to the right of Mitchell. Tight set. Here we go. Pitch out to Flores. And Flores lost his stepping, but was able to get a few extra yards. And he's going to get a big gain as he lunges forward for 2nd effort. Make it 2nd down and about 4 for Wildcats. And here we go. Flores to the left of Mitchell. Mitchell's going to roll out to his right, and he has a open receiver, and that was almost intercepted by number 13, Luis Valles. That was a great effort by Valles. And
falls incomplete to number 34.
you know, one thing that you're noticing right here, if you're just Muleshoe secondary, is Mitchell is looking exactly where he's going to throw it. He doesn't really read. He kind of already has the decision made to the person he kind of wants to throw it to already. So, hey, keep your eyes on that one. Here we go. Flores up the middle, finally tackled. And that's going to be a 1st down inside the 10, 1st and goal for this Canadian Wildcat team. 6:20, clock counting down in this 1st quarter. 20-0 is our score. Mitchell dropping that over the middle, looking, and that ball is batted away. That was number 16, Saris.
Jimenez falls incomplete. 2nd and goal for the Wildcats.
2nd and goal for the Wildcats. 6:08 is where the clock is stopped. And I think this Muleshoe secondary is really catching on really well. But here we go. You got number 22. That's Pennington in the slot right there. Watch Mitchell target him. He might drift out and then cut back in. Here we go. Mitchell. No, it's going to be a keeper by Mitchell. Mitchell's going to be able to sneak out of a few tackles and get away for the touchdown. 8-yard run on the option. Mitchell keeps it himself. He was in trouble. Muleshoe was there for the tackle, but was able to get in, shake off a field. Muleshoe Mules for the score, 26-0 in the 1st quarter, 6:02. Kick by Diaz is...
And the point after attempt is no good. Your score is now Canadian Wildcats 26, Muleshoe Mules.
It's no good. 26-0 is our score. 6:02 left in the 1st. And if you're this Muleshoe team, you know, you're hosting a state championship caliber Canadian team who's been there a few times, was won it a few times in recent times. So 26-0, you know, you kind of, at this point, you don't really look at the score. You go out there and you play the best football that you can against a really good quality opponent. Try to come back in this one. You know, you still have a lot of football to play in this first quarter, and you've proven that you've been able to get your hand on the ball, maybe force a turnover, or try this or try that, but kind of opposite of the defense in the past couple of weeks. You know, the secondary's kind of struggled, and you feel like the secondary's done a really decent job tonight, and it's come down to the tackling up front as Diaz is getting ready to kick it off to Josue Sigala, who's back from Muleshoe. And that ball is going to go end over end to Garcia, and it's going to be number 24 instead who takes it, Satao. And Satao is finally going to be brought down. We get past the 35 up to about the 37-yard line. So 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe offense. Now, offensively for this Muleshoe offense, you'd really like to get the ball moving, but you're going to have to find a way through the air at some point. It's Butler and company are out on the field. Butler, your quarterback, to the right of him is Josue Sigala. 2 receivers at the top, 1 at the bottom of your screen. 1st and 10. Sigala is going to escape a few Canadian Wildcats, but will not. He's still trying to escape. He's going to finally be brought down in the back. I feel like Josue Sigala ran
no gain on
about 20 yards there, maybe more than that, just get him back to the line of scrimmage. This is very, very well-disciplined defense. There we go, 8. Now 7 in the box for the Wildcats. Pressed on the receivers, only 1 safety back. Here we go. Pass over the middle, just high for Klafka, the intended receiver.
Pass by number 19, Brayton Butler, falls incomplete to number 7, Blaine Klafka. 3rd down.
Yeah, you know, the past several games for this Muleshoe offense, you know, the tight end, you'd really like to see a little bit more of him get involved. That's been open. The passes have been just a little bit too high for Klafka. Here we go. Butler dropping back, looking. He's going to pass it, and that is way out in front of his intended receiver, number 13, Valles. And 4th down, a 3 and out for this Muleshoe offense. Sigala, his kick is going to be end over end. That's going to go out of bounds.
And the punt by number 10, Sigala, goes out of bounds.
It'll be right at the 40-yard line is where the officiating crew will mark it. So 1st and 10 for this Canadian football team. The Wildcats will now come out. Weston Mitchell. So you'll have 2 receivers at the top of your screen, 1 at the bottom of your screen. Mitchell, the quarterback. There we go. Mitchell dropping back. Play action. He's in trouble, but gets it away very fast, and that is a great tackle by this Muleshoe secondary. Pass caught, though, by Gunnar Brady, number 34. Will be a 1st down. That's just a nice little pass over the middle. And Tell you what, Mitchell stepped back and then he realized the pocket collapsed. He stepped up and found his receiver open, and Mitchell once again heaving it deep, and that's going to be a very well placed ball, but even better defense by number 2, Noah Hernandez. Great job by Noah Hernandez on that one.
By number 2, Noah Hernandez. Second down coming up.
Pass was intended for CJ Jimenez on that one. Should be second down and 10. Mitchell dropping back. He's looking to his right, and that ball's going to be over the middle. That ball's going to be intercepted. That's number 13, Luis Baez, who has good blockers out in front of him. He has speed. It's going to be finally brought down. And that ball was stripped by Canadian, but the officiating crew is saying that he was down. So life now in this Muleshoe team. So Muleshoe offense will now take over. Be 1st and 10 at the Canadian 24-yard line. If you're just not joining us, 4:10 in the first quarter, 26-0 is our score. The Wildcats on top, but Muleshoe trying to find some new life. Butler and company now out on the field with a low snap, and Butler's just going to take it himself. He's going to try to go forward and nowhere to go. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10.
No gain on
this is 4 down territory for Muleshoe at this point. I feel like anything in your opposite side of the field at this point would be 4 down territory as much as possible. Trying to get back into this one. 0-26 our score. 3:30 left in this first quarter. Josue Segal will take a handoff up the middle. Only good for a yard. 3rd down and 9.
Gain 1 on the play.
The Canadian is just, you know, the different teams that Muleshoe has played up front, you know, all they're doing is bringing 7, bringing 8 to kind of fill the outside edge, and then on the inside, and they're not giving you much space to run. You'll get maybe 2, maybe 3. If you're able to find a hole, I mean, there's really nobody else there, but it's really hard to do. Butler's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to have to get rid of it, and he does. And that was thrown and a little dangerous, but over the head. There's 2 Muleshoe Mules in that area.
Butler calls incomplete. 4th down coming up for the Mules.
And it looks like it was Garcia and Hernandez in that area, and that's exactly who it was. But ball thrown way over the head, and that was a really smart move by Butler just to get rid of that one. 4th down and 9 for this Muleshoe offense. We have man in motion, Sigala, and false start.
False start called against the Mules.
Fourth and 14 for Muleshoe, as it's going to be a reverse, a flea flicker down the middle, has an open receiver. Touchdown, Noah Hernandez. A little reverse, a little flea flicker, a little trickery. Sigala to Noah Hernandez. 26-6 is your score in this one, as Ram Regalado will attempt the PAT. Butler's take the snap and kick is good by Regalado. 7-26. Muleshoe finally with an answer. It took a little bit of trickery to get there, but that was well executed by that Muleshoe offense. 4th down and forever, and a really great job by that Muleshoe offense. Now time for the defense to kind of find a groove, and it's things like that where you can really, it's like an interception, turn around and take it, and that's what you're going to have to force this Canadian team to do, is pass it through the air, and they're not necessarily bad, but that gives you a better chance of forcing a turnover. Very, very, very good Canadian team. Very well disciplined. Beautiful Friday night in Muleshoe, Texas at McDonald Stadium. Very beautiful sky. The sun is behind the clouds as Ram Regalado is going to get ready to kick it away for this Muleshoe special teams. Back to receive is going to be Isaac Sines.
Kicking off for the Mules, number 0, Regalado.
So 2:30 left, 7:26 is your score. So if you're Muleshoe, you feel like just those sequence events, the interception, game downfield, giving you good field position, and just executing on the offense. You want to take that into this defensive stand right here and see if you can at least try to force something. That's going to be Sines, who's going to take it up the left side, and he's finally going to have to be brought down, and he will be, but that is a big return by Sines. Great blocking up the left side.
Number 5, Isaac Sines, receives the ball, takes it out to the 29-yard line for the Wildcats.
That feat of trying to overcome the offense of the Wildcats is just that much more difficult now. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They will start off deep into Muleshoe territory at the 29. Mitchell is going to keep himself rolling to his right. He has all day to throw, but had somebody in his face. Intended receivers, number 8, Junior Cervantes.
Pass by number 2.
Big hit by the Muleshoe defense. 2nd down and 10. Glock will stop at 2:10 in the first quarter. There we go. Handoff to number 14 up the middle, and it appears nowhere to go. And was a scuffle there for a second. Looked like the ball money came out for a second. Chris Flores with the carry.
14 Flores.
Well, only a gain of a couple, and now you gotta be careful. Watch 22 in the slot. It would not surprise me if you just see something kind of toss up to him as Mitchell's going to route to his right, and that's exactly where they're going, and that ball is going to be caught. Touchdown.
Pass for number 12, Mitchell, is complete to number 22, Pennington. And
that's Pennington again. That's a 2nd touchdown in this game. I tell you what, I was watching warm-ups, and that's exactly who they were targeting a lot of the time. But coming in at 6'6", I think that kick is going to be no good. Keep the score 32-7. Coming in at 6'6", I think is
your score is now Canadian
not justice. I think he's maybe just a little bit taller than that, but he's really lanky, really great hands, and he's able. Talking about 6'6" in the slot coming out, and then with his hands up, you're talking over 7 feet. you know. And unfortunately, Regalado coming in at 5'9". I mean, you're talking about a 1.5 foot difference by the time the hands are up and everything. And so I think, you know, when you're Muleshoe, you're going to have to really kind of make 22 uncomfortable, maybe put some hands on them, force them to kind of fight off the line of scrimmage, you know. Try to find a way to make this Wildcat team uncomfortable, because right now that's been the answer, was the passes to 22. You know, he accounts for 2 of the offensive touchdowns. One was a pick 6 to the house from the defense. Diaz to kick it away for this Wildcat team. And that kick's going to go end over end. And that's going to go to Garcia. And Garcia's going to be hit immediately, brought down, and he will get up to about the 30. So 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe offense. And you've proven, you know, if you execute, you know, you're about to be nearly perfect, and you're able to move that ball downfield. But, you know, I would be looking at this kind of just this really big empty secondary. Butler coming in out on the field. Butler, to the right of him is Sigala, and Butler, ball is lost. And I think Muleshoe was able to get back on it. Butler was able to get back on it.
Number 19, Butler jumps on it. Loss of 4 on the play. 2nd down.
Loss of a few on the play will make it 2nd down and about 13. So there's a minute left in this first quarter. 32-7 is our score. Muleshoe looking to answer. Would like to definitely do it before this first quarter's done. Here we go. Handoff. Sigala. Sigala up the right side. Had some decent blocking, but really not much of anywhere else to go. He will get the ball in between the sticks.
Gain of about 5 on the play to bring us up to 3rd and 9 coming up for the Mules.
And it looks like Coach is just going to take this to the quarter. 32-7 as we flip sides. The end of the first quarter's here. Muleshoe in trouble, but trying to get downfield and find an answer to this Canadian Wildcat team. Stick around. We'll be back as we flip sides.
Muleshoe Mules 7. Just a reminder, please make your way on down to the...
Gillam Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com, live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian football game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Dell Oil Company, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you. Bamert Seed and Irrigation Pumps and Power. Our high-speed internet provided tonight by 5 Area Connect.
Welcome back to your second quarter. 32-7 is our score in this one. Muleshoe, and for some answers, Muleshoe also in trouble in this one. Here we go. Sigala taking the direct snag. He's going to roll out to his right, and he's going to have to get rid of it, and he does. That's going to be out to number 2. And you thought you would see pass interference there.
Number 10, Sigala, and number 2, Hernandez. A little pushing as they pass falls incomplete.
No, Hernandez was just shoved to the ground, and no pass interference call. That would have given you a fresh set of downs, too. Wow. And that ball is completely catchable. Snow Hernandez was reaching out for it and just got a very egregious shove by the Canadian linebacker. And I don't agree with that one, but also Sigala's kicks will be end over end. And Klafka.
Ball is from the way by number 10, Sigala. Fielded at the 44.
To take it and stop it from bouncing backwards. If you're just now joining us, 32-7, 11:42 left in this second quarter. Mitchell's going to look over the middle, and he hits 22. Pennington again. That's going to be good for a first down.
Pass number 12, Mitchell is complete to number 22, Pennington. It'll be enough for a first down. Ball on the 45-yard line.
So 1st and 10 for this Wildcat offense, and bounce that again. 2 receivers at the top and bottom of your screen. Man in motion is 14, and it's just going to be a little screen out to number 8, who's going to be able to be brought down. That was Cervantes. He does get up about 9 yards to make it 2nd down and 1 for this Wildcat offense.
2nd down for the Wildcats.
So now Mitchell, 1st and 10. Play action, that's just going to be a bubble screen. Big hit in the backfield by Josue Sigala. Cervantes with the catch. That's going to be a tackle for loss. 3rd down.
Loss of 2 on the play.
You know, chance for a first down there, but Cervantes wanting to get back to 6. 3rd down and about 3. Now bringing it in tight is the Wildcat offense. And Mitchell's going to pitch it out, and that's going to be good enough for the first down, I bet. Chris Flores, gets hit, but then he rolls over the Muleshoe player, and that was the 1 extra yard that he needed.
And it will be a first down for the Wildcats.
And that's going to be a first down for the Wildcats. 1st and 10, first set of downs, and by the hair of his chin, he was able to get where he needed to. Now Isaac sides in, and Mitchell's going to drop back, and he's going to roll out of the pocket and finds a receiver deep, and that ball is going to be caught. Touchdown, number 8, Junior Cervantes.
Pass is complete to number 8, Cervantes in the end zone. It is good for a Wildcat touchdown.
Good defense there, but that was just a well-placed pass by the quarterback, Weston Mitchell, finding Cervantes. There we go. Snap is good. Kick is up, and that ball is good.
Point after attempt is good.
9:46 left in this second quarter. 39-7 is your score. Once again, we would like to welcome the Muleshoe High School class of 1975. They're celebrating their 50th class reunion tonight. You'll find them sitting on the left side of the reserve section facing the field. If you're looking up in the stands, that's the right side. And later this week, Gil will be interviewing them. You'll be able to find that interview on MuleshoeTV.com, but also on the Facebook page, the YouTube page, and our social media, however you want to watch. Same thing for these ball games, home games. You'll be able to find us live. You can find us on Facebook, YouTube, MuleshoeTV.com also, and then stay up to date with all your Muleshoe news, sports to community news to school, whatever that you're looking for. You can find it on MuleshoeTV.com. Diaz to kick it away, back to receive. It's going to be Sigala, Josue Sigala. This is the Muleshoe offense is going to have to find a rhythm here. There you go. Kick is going to be end over end, and that looks like Garcia who is going to take it. Garcia is in trouble immediately, and there's a pack of Wildcats able to escape blocks and get to Garcia in the back. Garcia really going only maybe a yard or two. Well, set up a 1st and 10.
Gets out to the 22
for this Muleshoe offense. And this is the start of a very hard stretch of games, and it's more kind of difficult in the sense of like not only the teams that you're playing, but Butler lines up by himself, all by himself in the backfield, sends Sigala in motion, and that's going to be Sigala on the jet sweep, and really not much of anything to do there. We'll gain a few, make it 3rd down and about
Number 10,
7.
Sigala with the run off the left side. Gain about 4 on the
But
play.
you host Canadian today, who's, they're top 5, top 3. They're ranked number 1 on some polls, for the Texas high school football, and everybody has them top 3, top 5. Then the following week you go to Clyde, all the way in Clyde, as Sanchez is in motion now. Sigala is just going to keep it himself. Will get up the middle. It will gain a few more yards.
Number 10,
Make it 3rd down, and very manageable right here. 3rd down and 3.
It'll be 3rd and 3 coming up for the Mules.
Then the following week, you traveled to Delhart on the 3rd of October, and that's a drive in the opposite direction. Both manageable drives. 2-hour drive here, 3.5-hour drive the other way, but then you got District that kicks off as Butler's by himself, empty backfield. Sigala in motion. Sigala will take it on the jet sweep, and he's going to have to find the edge, and does find the edge, and he might have the 1st down. Let's see. I say he does.
Number 10, Sigala with the run off the right side. And it will be enough for the Muleshoe Mule.
That's the fishing crew taking forever to decide the 1st down. Here we go. There we go. 1st down, Muleshoe. So fresh set of downs for this Muleshoe team as 7:50 is left in this 2nd quarter. But then you start district play, so you host Roosevelt, then you go to Littlefield for the War on 84, then you host Slayton, then you have your bye week. So a huge set of games right there, and this is just the start of a big stretch of them as Butler's going to be in trouble, and he's going to be brought down, but he does get the pass off. There's going to be flags everywhere in the secondary. There's going to be too many men downfield for this Muleshoe team, and honestly, great decision by Butler to get rid of it, and he threw it at the feet of the receiver, but unfortunately just too many men downfield, and offensive line really forcing people downfield, but that's going to be a repeat first down, so 1st and 15 for this Muleshoe offense. Butler, handoff, Sigala up the middle, and it's going to be swallowed up at the line. Fights for maybe a yard.
Number 10, Sigala on the right side. Gain about 1 on the play.
Gain of 1 will make it 2nd and 14 for this Muleshoe offense. And you want to take this game with whatever you get from it. Really good film study, really just a good time to help you prepare for district, help you prepare for these long slate of games that are coming ahead for you. Here we go, Butler dropping back. He's looking over the middle, and that pass is going to be caught. That's number 13, Luis Valles, with a good catch and then lunging forward, stretching his arms for the Muleshoe first down. 6 minutes left in the second quarter, 39-7. Muleshoe on a little drive now. And then you have a bye week on the 31st, turn around, and then you'll host Idalou, And looking at district, your district so far, Slayton, Littlefield are your 2 undefeated teams, Idalou 1-2, Roosevelt 1-2. Everyone's kind of played common opponents. We'll hand off up the middle, Sigala. And looks like Sigala almost tried getting out of there. That was probably brought down. They're going to give him the positive yards, though. So 2nd down and 8 for this Muleshoe offense. Slayton 3-0, Littlefield 3-0, Muleshoe 2-1, Roosevelt 1-2, Idalou 1-2. I'll update you after halftime on kind of what's going on around the local teams, especially the ones in our district. Here we go. That's going to be a screen, and that's just going to be a little too high. Intended receiver, Aiden Garcia. And that was a really good, that would have been at least, 5-7 yards, just got to be able to settle in, get that ball to Garcia. So 3rd and 8, clock stopped at 4:37. Butler dropping back, looking to his right, and he is going to decide to take it himself, but he's going to be tackled in the back. And that's going to be 4th and forever for this Muleshoe offense, as the special teams will come out and punt it away. Sigala, the punted away, back to receive is going to be 8, Junior Cervantes. And it was Sigala's kick end over end, and that was a really, really good kick. Now we'll go the distance and turn the field just a little bit. We'll land just inside the 25 at the 24. That was just a really good kick by Josue Sigala. Josue Sigala, big athlete, man. He punts, runs, tackles, does everything. You'll see him on the defense, you'll see him on the offense, you'll see him on special teams. So Wildcats will come out 1st and 10 after the punt. 39-7 our score in this one, 3:49 left in the second quarter. It's Mitchell and company are out on the field. We go Mitchell. It's going to be a reverse. And Junior Cervantes is going to be the one who's going to go up the right side of the field and finally be brought out of bounds.
Reverse off of number 8, Cervantes. He gets out to the 37-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Big run by Cervantes will make it a first down as the reverse came through. Here we go. Pitch out to number 14, and he's going to go up the left side, and that's going to be good enough for a first down. Chris Flores with the carry. And there's a down Muleshoe player.
Pitch out to the left side to number 14, Flores.
3:20 left in this second quarter. 39-7 is our score. It's a couple of different Muleshoe personnel are out attending the Muleshoe player who is down close to that Canadian sideline. Teams will separate and go into their own respective huddles. Looking ahead between, for this Muleshoe team, you host Canadian today. Next week you'll travel to Clyde, and then you have Delaware. That's the end of your regular season, and that's good news. Aiden Garcia standing up, walking on his own, back to the Muleshoe sideline. So really good news, and hope that nothing serious is wrong with number 3 Garcia. Two games to really kind of prepare yourself for this slate of district games, and handoff to number 14, and he's just going to kind of wiggle around, finally be brought down. So Chris Flores with a big carry there for the Wildcats, and that will be a 1st and 10 for this Wildcat offense. Here we go, handoff, Flores again. Flores, big hold and run through. He's tackled.
Off the left side by number 14, Flores. Gain 5 on the play. Second down coming up for the Wildcats.
Mitchell, handoff, Flores again. Flores is going to turn it upfield, and he's going to finally be brought down inside the 5. Will be a yard shy of the first down. Will be 3rd down and 1.
3rd down coming up for the Wildcats.
Muleshoe looking to hopefully try to get a stop here. There we go. Handoff again. And will that be enough for the first down? I don't know. I'm going to say it is.
Number 14, Flores.
Flores got hit right about the line of scrimmage, but and Canadian's going to take a timeout. 1:58 left in the second quarter, 39-7, and Canadian's going to take a timeout. Canadian knocking on the door in this one. You kind of have to sit there and, try to get a stop. But
a 2-minute timeout is called.
Coming in to tonight's game, Muleshoe's 2-1, Slayton 3-0, Littlefield 3-0, Roosevelt 1-2, Otterloo 1-2. Some common opponents in there. Muleshoe beating Lamesa, and Littlefield also beat Lamesa. It was a lot closer game there, and that Littlefield traveling to Lamesa. And correct me if I'm wrong. I think that was week 1. Then on the flip side, Roosevelt did beat Brownfield 47-32, really close game. Muleshoe 42-14 won that one. That was week 1. Muleshoe hosting Brownfield.
coming up
So
for the
fourth.
Wildcats.
Fourth down for the Wildcats. That's exactly what I thought it was. So fourth down right here for this Wildcat offense. Mitchell, the quarterback, he's going to roll out to his right and have an open receiver. That's number 34, Gunnar Brady, for the Wildcat touchdown. And that's just a little play action. Brady
For a touchdown.
just slipping out into the flat to be wide open for the Wildcat touchdown. Diaz to attempt the PAT. Kick is going to be up, and I would say no good. So 45-7. Your score in this one, 151 left in this first half of football. Now, make sure you stick around for our halftime show. Is the Muleshoe Mule, the Mighty M Band, will be playing, and would really love your support. You can't really hang your head on this one, you know, if you're Muleshoe. You just want to come out, play the best football that you can every down, and know that you were giving everything that you can against this Canadian team. Try to fight to come back in this one as much as possible. But you'll have to try to dig your feet a little bit deeper, get a stop somewhere on this Canadian team. Diaz kick it away. Back to receive is Josue Sigala. And that kick is going to go to the left side of the field. That's going to be number 13 who's going to take it. He's going to be brought down. So Luis Baez will take that, get a few extra yards, and if you were paying attention, you saw Josue Sigala and Garcia switch as the kicker, Fabian Diaz, was about to kick, and he kind of changed direction real quick and kicked it towards the Baez. Will set up a 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe team, and well, you would love to score before the half right here. Try to take the momentum into the locker room, you know, make a statement of some sort. Butler all by himself, and he's going to pass it over the middle, and that ball's going to be caught. One-handed catch by Klafka.
One-handed catch.
That's going to be good for a Muleshoe first down. That ball was just thrown just a little bit behind Klafka. Man, what a one-handed grab by him. Empty backfield. Butler looking, and that ball was almost picked off. And that was Coffee, who had the pick six earlier, and he was having some deja vu there for a second. Second down and 10 for this Muleshoe offense. 1:27 left in the second quarter. Butler rolling out to his right. He's looking downfield and makes a pass, and just outside the reach of Garcia, his intended receiver. Be 3rd down and 10. Clock stopped at 1:22.
3rd down coming up for the Mules.
Here we go, 3rd down This be 4-down territory here. Handoff. Sigala up the middle. Really good run by Sigala. Sigala breaks some tackles, gets to the outside edge, and will be out of bounds at about the 24-yard line. Big run by Josue Sigala. 1:12 left in this first half of football. Muleshoe looking to try to answer this Canadian football team. Here we go, showing blitz is what Canadian is doing. That's going to be a pass over the middle, and that was intended for number 13, Luis Valles. And I'll tell you what, number 17, CJ Jimenez, was just watching the eyes of Butler and saw that pass was going there immediately and almost picked it off. I think if you would have just gave it maybe a second more and just got a little bit further ahead, that would have been open field. That would have been a touchdown all the way for this Muleshoe. Here we go, open field, very press coverage for this team. Here we go, handoff, Sigala up the right side. He's going to get a gain of about 5, maybe 6. Should bring it 3rd down. About 4.
Gain of 6 on the play.
So 55 seconds left in the second quarter. It's this Muleshoe team trying to score before the half. Take the momentum into the locker room and timeout. Muleshoe. That'll be their first timeout.
Timeout is called by the Mules.
And kind of update on the roster, you have number 8, Ben Fleming, number 54, Thomas Fleming, who are now on the varsity squad. Let's bring you an update from the booth. And tonight, the Muleshoe High School graduating class of 75 is celebrating their 50th class reunion. Gil with MuleshoeTV.com will be interviewing them this week, so be on the lookout for that video. You'll be able to find out on MuleshoeTV.com, and you'll be able to find it on the Facebook page too. Also, past, current, and future games for Muleshoe football you'll be able to find on there. And really any news that you're looking for in the Muleshoe area, you'll be able to find on MuleshoeTV.com. As Brayton Butler and company will come back out on the field after that timeout. 45 seconds left in this first half of football. Muleshoe looking to score as Butler is going to take it. He's going to pass it downfield. He has an open receiver. Touchdown! Muleshoe! Play action! Luis Valles with the catch. 41 seconds left in this second quarter, and Muleshoe has some really good momentum. Now, there is 41 seconds left in the second quarter, and you gotta, you were 45-13 is your score. You're down by a lot. But this is a game of football. Ram Regalado to attempt the PAT. Snap is good. Kick is going to be up, and kick is good. A little play action. Butler sitting back patiently, and Luis Valles making a move towards the end zone, and with the catch for the Muleshoe touchdown, 45-14 in the second quarter with 41 seconds left. And you really like that momentum going into the locker room into the second half. You're getting punched in the mouth all game, and then you're able to finally strike back, and you would really love to kind of find a way to stop this Canadian Wildcat team, prevent them from scoring going into the half now, and then take that momentum and with you and to the locker room, come out to this second half of football against a really, really, really good Canadian team. Regalado to kick it away for this Muleshoe special teams. On the flip side, on the returning team, you have Isaac Signs. If you're watching the game, there is a light outage on the visiting side, on the north side of the field. Those two sets of lights are out, so you will notice a little bit difference of, might affect just the video quality just a little bit in this one, as Isaac Signs is going to take it. He finds an open seam. You're going to have to get him down, and he is making his way around a plethora of Muleshoe Mules, and he's going to be gone to the house. And with the talk of momentum, 22 seconds left in the second quarter, and Isaac Signs will take it to the house. No penalties. Clean return for the Wildcats. And boy, oh boy, 51-14 is now your score. Fabian Diaz to attempt the PAT. The kick is going to be up, end over end, no good.
And the point after attempt
to
is
the
no
left,
good.
Just a little
Your
bit.
score is now
51-14, and
Mules 14.
with the missed PATs, that's almost 6 points right there off the board for this Canadian football team. Make sure that you stick around for our halftime. Watch some marching bands come out as, ooh, here we go. Some lights coming on. And let's see if we're able to get them all going. It looks like there are a few that are out still. We'll give it a chance to warm up just a little bit. The lights coming on in the north visitor side now. Diaz to kick it away for this kicking unit for the Wildcats. Back to receive is Josue Sigala. Kick is going to be end over end, and that's going to take just enough of a turn. It's going to go out to Garcia, and Garcia is hit. He will get up to about the 22 of 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe offense, and
Ball will be put right about the 22-yard line for the Mules.
see Butler and company out on the field. Two receivers at the top of your screen, one at the bottom of your screen. Sigala to the right of Butler, and I kind of expect this one. Try to get it downfield. There we go. That's going to be a handoff to Sigala up the middle, and Wildcats stacking the box were able to fill the holes and nowhere to go for Josue Sigala.
Loss of about one on the play.
I think Coach is going to let us take it to the half, and he will. Halftime, 51-14. Muleshoe in trouble. Stick around for some incredible marching bands. You are watching MuleshoeTV.com.
That is halftime. Please make sure you stick around.
Gillam Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com, live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian football game brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Dell Oil Company, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you. Bamert Seed and Irrigation Pumps and Power. Our high-speed internet provided tonight by 5 Area Connect.
gentlemen, please welcome to the field the Canadian Wildcat Marching Band. The band's name is Rebecca Adena. Coming on Jeanette Garcia, and Holly Blair. Section 3 is the trombones. Tonight, Wildcat Band will competition their competition show titled Sahara Sunset, featuring music by Elton John, Pacheco, Toto. Ladies and gentlemen, Wildcat Band.
Major Melody Gonzalez and Junior Drum Major Ariana Cota. This evening, the band will perform Shockwave, parts 1 and 2 from our 2025 UIL contest show. Drum majors, you may begin your performance.
football. 51-14 is our score to start the second half. Some kind of little bit of scores in the area. Idalou up on Odessa Compass 36-0 out of our district. Slayton up 21-7 to Post. Lubbock Roosevelt up 14-0 to Stanton. Muleshoe down in this one, 51-14 against a really good Canadian team. And then Littlefield, I was trying to find it. Littlefield is playing Friendship Memorial. That score is all knotted up, 14-14 in the third quarter. Lights are still out on the north end zone. Kicking it away is going to be Diaz. Back to receive is going to be Josue Segal. And that kick's going to go end over end. And that's going to go out to Sanchez immediately. And he's going to be forced out of bounds. Muleshoe will get the ball to start at about the 32-yard line.
Kickoff is fielded by number 13, Luis Baez. Brings the ball out to the 32 yards.
It's going to be a 1st and 10 for this Muleshoe team. Josue Sigala all by himself in the backfield. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. No one at the top of your screen. And Sigala is going to take it himself. He's going to get it out. Good throw to number 13. It's going to be Luis Valles. And correction, Luis Valles was the one who received the kickoff.
Luis Valles, gain of 5 on the play. Second down, coming up for the Mules.
Here we go, same formation again. Sigala by himself, empty backfield. Snap a little high. Sigala's just going to take it himself out of the Wildcat. And it's finally going to be brought down. He will be a yard shy of the sticks.
Run up to number 10, Sigala. Gets the ball to the 41-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 1 coming up for the Mules.
So 3rd down for this Muleshoe Mule offense. There's 10-14 left in this third quarter. Muleshoe is trailing 51-14, looking to kind of start this second half of football with a score. Trips at the bottom of your screen, and this Wildcat man in motions, number 2 Hernandez. And Segal is just going to keep it himself. He will get the first down. A little bit of a lead option for Sigala. Will lead to the Muleshoe first down, so a little bit of life in this offense. Coach saying out Valles with the next play, Butler and company. Be Sigala in the backfield again. Wildcat formation, snap. Pass is going to be out, and that's good to number 9, but he will have nowhere to go.
Screen pass out to number 3, Aiden Garcia. We have loss of 1 on the play.
So that'll be number 3, Garcia, with the catch. So that side of the field is dark. I apologize trying to read the numbers. It's the best that I can. 8:39 left in this third quarter. Bring up 2nd and 11 for this Muleshoe offense. Butler now the quarterback. To the right of him is Sigala. Butler looking, now scrambling out of the pocket. He's just going to pass it away at the feet of his intended receiver. That's going to be Noah Hernandez.
Pass ball's incomplete. Third down for the Mules.
We go with 3rd down and 11 for this Muleshoe offense, and Butler's going to drop back. It's going to be a little screen out to Sigala. Sigala is not going to be able to escape out of the herd of Wildcats that was there to bring him down.
Screen pass by number 19 Butler out to number 10 Sigala. Gain of about 5 on the play to bring up 4th.
Gain of 5 will bring it in between the sticks, but it'll be 4th and 6 for this Muleshoe offense. And here comes the punting team for the Mules. They will punt it away to number 8, Junior Cervantes, who has a few touchdowns tonight. Really fast kid. Really great punts by Josue Sigala tonight. And that punt, another good punt, end over end. Ooh, and then it'll take a Wildcat bounce. First, it kind of took a little bit of a Muleshoe bounce and it started rolling the other way. Kept it out of the hands of the dangerous Junior Cervantes, and here comes this Wildcat offense. Weston Mitchell and company coming out on the field. Really good tonight. 51 points of scoring is what they have done. 6:40 left in this third quarter. Muleshoe second and box. Going to be a pitch out to 14. He will get up the left side. Flores with the carry. And there's an injured player on the field.
There is an injured player on the field.
And the couple Muleshoe coaches and some staff will head out there. Canadian coaches, they're attending to the player. So it's on their sideline. So the teams will huddle up. Just a reminder, tonight in the house, we do have the Muleshoe High School class of 1975. And they're celebrating their 50th reunion tonight. They are located on the right side of the reserve section. If you're looking down onto the field, if you are looking from the field to the stands, that's to the right. .6:13 left. That's where the clock is stopped on this injury timeout, as Garcia is able to get up on his own and he's walking off. Now keep a lookout. That reunion class of 75 will be here in town for a little bit at MuleshoeTV.com. Gil from MuleshoeTV.com will be doing some interviews with them. So make sure you keep a lookout for that on the social media platform. You can find that on Channel 6 Muleshoe, MuleshoeTV.com, the YouTube, Facebook page, and all the other social media platforms that we have for MuleshoeTV.com and Channel 6 Muleshoe. So here we go, 2nd down and 5 for Mitchell and company. Man in motion. Mitchell's going to drop back, and he's going to pass that over the middle to Pennington. Pennington's going to get a 1st down. Won't get too far, but good enough for the 1st down, plus some extra yardage for the big tall guy.
6-yard line. It will be enough for a first.
Bring up a fresh set of downs. Going fast, that's going to be a pitch to Flores up the left side, cuts it back towards the middle, and he is going to be brought down around the numbers.
Number 14, Flores takes it.
So another big run by Flores, and this Canadian Wildcat team will bring up a 1st down. Here we go. Throw over the middle, and Muleshoe there to get the tackle. That's going to be Gunnar Brady.
Pass is complete to number 34, Gunnar Brady. Gain of 6 on the play.
2nd down and 4 for this Wildcat offense. They're moving fast. Little bubble screen out to Cervantes. 1st down, Wildcats. Taken down inbounds, just kind of right at around the 15, and now be a 1st down and 10 at the 15 for this Canadian offense. So Weston Mitchell and company have a good rhythm going right now. Here, handoff, Flores up the middle, breaking a few tackles, but it's finally brought down. That was number 24, Damian Satao with the tackle.
Short gain.
Also, that was a touchdown saving the tackle. No Muleshoe Mule was in that area besides him. And here we go, 2nd down and about 7. Pitch, Flores up the left side. Good blocking, and it's touchdown. Touchdown, Canadian.
Toss up to the left side. Number 14, Flores gets in the end zone for a Wildcat touchdown.
57-14 your score in this one. Big run by Flores. Up the left side, really good blocking by that Canadian team. Diaz to attempt the PAT. Kick is up, end over end, and good. Diaz with the PAT, 3:20 left in the 3rd quarter, 58-14 our score in this one. Trying to give you some score updates. Let's see what I have. Slayton still up on post. 21-13 is the score out in Post, Texas. Littlefield. Let's see if I can find that game real quick. Littlefield still up 20-14 on Friendship Memorial. Diaz is going to kick it away. And that kick is going to go end over end, and number 13, Luis Valles, was able to get a hand on it and keep it from going any further, because that ball would have stayed inbounds and probably would have just rolled around to the 10.
13, Valles gets out.
So Valles with really good hands there, getting a hold of the ball, taking it, getting it upfield to give Muleshoe some okay starting field positions down at the 26. Let's see, Lubbock Roosevelt up 14-7. That one is in the 4th quarter, They're playing Stanton. And then Idalou. Idalou up 43-0 to Odessa Compass. Clyde up 41-7. That's a deep pass, and that ball was almost caught by the freshman. That was number 8, Ben Fleming. It's a beautiful pass.
Pass number 8, Ben Fleming, falls incomplete. Second down.
Pass will fall incomplete. Second down. 1:30 left in this third quarter. 58-14 our score in this one. Clyde, next week's opponent, up 41-7 against Snyder. Another really good team. They'll hand off Sigala. He's going to find a little bit of an open seam. It's going to tell some people to get out of the way, and he's going to shake away a few players. And he is kind of pushed out of bounds. Good enough for the first down, though. So, a little bit of life on this Muleshoe offense. Sigala in the Wildcat. 30 seconds left in this third quarter. Here we go. Sigala is going to take it himself, and he's going to get up the right side, but there's going to be a pack of Wildcats there. And that will be the end of this third quarter, 58-14. We are going to flip sides. Make sure that you hang around for this one as we finish this one out. You're watching MuleshoeTV.com.
Gillam Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com, live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian football game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Dell Oil Company, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you. Bamert Seed and Irrigation Pumps and Power. Our high-speed internet provided tonight by 5 Area Connect.
Welcome back to the start of the fourth quarter. Muleshoe trailing 58-14 in this one. Offense on a little bit of a drive. Second down and 5 for your Muleshoe offense. Go. Wildcats now backing off, not so pressed. Only 6 in the box now. Handoff, 24, up the left side. It's going to be a little bit short. That was Davian Satao with the carry.
Around the left side, number 24, Davian Satao. Gets the ball out to the 45-yard line. It'll be 3rd and 2 coming up for the Mules.
Really nice night here in Muleshoe, Texas. Temps dropping down to lower 70s, kind of upper 80s. Very, very, very light breeze, and it's a beautiful Friday night for some Texas high school football. Third down and short. High snap, handoff, Satal, open field, he turned it up, and it's turned on the Jets, shakes away, touchdown to the house, 55 yards, Dement Satal. There's just a little bit of a crease there. Satal, patient, run through the hole, and then cuts it back up midfield. Really, really great awareness by Dement Satal, the junior. Here we go. Kick is going to be up, and perfect on the night is Ran Regalado, 3 for 3. 58-21, your score in this one.
Now, Muleshoe Mules 21, Canadian Wildcats 58.
It's a really great job by Muleshoe's offense right there. They did have a few opportunities there to get the ball downfield. There was a big pass. Looking back at that play again, Satal just knew he was getting bundled up there and then bounced it back. Was able to shake off number 6. Now, if you're watching this game, you'll notice on the screen just kind of everything looks a little different whenever you're on that far right side of the field or the north side of the field. The north visitor lights not working, completely out right now. They've tried getting those guys back on a few times tonight and have been unable to keep them on. Field is still lit up pretty good, but kind of odd. Just kind of looking back towards that direction. It's a little dark out there. 9:40 left in the fourth quarter, 58-21, our score. Regalado to kick it away. Back to receive is going to be Cervantes. And that's going to be number 7, who's just going to take it himself. And he has some speed. He's going to get up the right side, escapes a few tackles, and he may take this one out to the house, but he'll be finally brought down. And here comes some laundry on the field.
JW Coffee.
It's JW Coffee who took that kickoff back deep into Muleshoe territory. Bowling on the receiving team. So a good return will still bring some decent yardage, but not as good as what it was originally. So 9 minutes left in this fourth quarter, 58-21, Muleshoe. You know, good learning experience. You know, you play these very, very, very good teams in the state of Texas. You know, state of Texas has a lot of good football in it. And Canadians just been one of those teams where, you know, year after year they've been able to reload, bring in a really good team, a very talented team. Here we go, low snap, a pitch out to 14, and he's going to get some extra running. And he was almost tackled in the backfield, but will instead get the first down. Chris Flores with the carry.
Pitch out to that to number 14, Flores.
Really, really good football by this Canadian team, and can't wish them anything but luck on the rest of their season. 8-25. in this fourth quarter. There we go, another bobbled snap, and that's going to be a big hit.
Screen pass out to number 6.
Good luck to the team until, you have playoffs to worry about. This is a team that you can run into at some point. There we go, just a little bit of a mishandled snap, but really good pitch out to Flores. Flores up the middle. He's going to be tackled by his own guy. Diving for a block.
Right off the left side of number 14, Chris Flores. There is an injured player on the field.
There's an injured player on the field for this Muleshoe team. Everybody will kind of huddle up on their respective sidelines, and that was number 9. It's Andrew Hermio, able to get up, walk off the sideline his own. Hope everything is all right. 7:20 left in this fourth quarter, 58-21 our score. This could potentially be one of the teams that you do run into the playoffs, if, got to handle business in district first. There we go, 13 in trouble, and he's just going to roll out in the middle. Nowhere to go, but there's a flag, and that's kind of in the area of holding. We'll see where that goes. Jet Cervantes pass incomplete.
Bring up second down for the Wildcats.
Holding be a repeat first and goal for this. For this Wildcat offense, here we go. 6:45 left in this ball game, and a little bit of a handoff, and getting into the backfield is number 7. That's Blaine Klapka. So big hit by Klapka will make it second down and goal. Ball will now be located at the 16. Do a great job of this Muleshoe defense. Now you gotta try to get a stop. Cervantes dropping back. Cervantes is in trouble. He's gonna get the pass off. It's good, and you're gonna have to get him down before he gets to the end zone. They do. Inside the 5, the Wildcats go.
To Rogelio Valenzuela. Ball is on the 3-yard line for the Wildcats.
Valenzuela with the catch. Make it third down and goal. Ball now located at 3. Cervantes just going to take it himself. He's going to go up the right side, and he's going to be in for the touchdown.
Keep off the right side, number 13, Jet Cervantes. Gets into the end zone.
So Jet Cervantes up the right side, and good for 6 points for the Wildcats. Make it 64-21. Diaz to attempt the PAT. That kick is going to go end over end, and it is good. That flag on the play, that's going to be running into the kicker. Muleshoe, penalty decline. The kick is good. 65-21 in this one, and really tough night for this Muleshoe Mule team. 4:58 left in this fourth quarter. And I think, you can take what you can out of this, and you have a lot of work to do on both sides of the ball. Of course, this Canadian team at state championship caliber, when you play teams like this, you just go into film, take it into practice, makes you better as the weeks go on. This Muleshoe team, like I said, they have a really tough slate ahead of them, starting with, this game specifically, the Canadian game. And the new home game, you kind of kick yourself for that one, that was just a little bit of misexecution and just Muleshoe unable to just get any scoring going on the offensive side. There we go, kick end over end, Diaz, and that's going to be 13, Baez, who's going to take it, and he will get past the 25, but not up to the 30. They're going to mark him at about the 28. Let's see, 27. So this Muleshoe offense will come out and try to get down and score.
The Canadian fans down at the north end of the end zone near the visitor gate. You can meet your players there. They will exit out the large gates towards the visitor side on the north end of the stadium. So you can meet your players there.
So Clyde next week with 9:26 on 9:26, and then you play Delhart and Delhart. Kind of looking ahead just a little bit. Those are your two last regular season games. 4:20 left on this fourth quarter. Sigala, quarterback. Here we go, Sigala. He's going to keep it himself. He's going to go up the left side, and he's going to find some open space. Breaks a few tackles, first down, plus some. So good run by Josue Sigala.
Rush on number 10, Sigala gets enough for a Muleshoe Mule push down.
First down by Sigala. Good job by this Muleshoe offense. Good blocks ahead of him. Sigala, high snap, he caught it himself, and he's going to take it himself and run, and he's going to have some good blockers in front of him. Runs out of bounds, not before he gains about 9 yards. Sigala with the big run. Bobbled the snap just a little bit, it was just a tad bit high, was able to bring it down, and he decided to take it and run with it. Second down and 1, 2:40 left in this fourth quarter. Showing blitz is what the Wildcats are doing. That's exactly what they bring, and nowhere to go. Maybe a first down, a few yards. Good second effort for Josue Sigala on the run.
To the 48-yard line, it'll be enough for Muleshoe Mule push down.
And 2-minute warning is where we will be in this one. 2-minute warning, 65-21.
And also another reminder for the Canadian fans at the north end of the end zone.
Where we will be.
Is where you can meet your
65-21 your score.
Remember, it is a UIO.
Don't forget to kind of look for MuleshoeTVs.com post with the interview with the class of 1975. They were here tonight celebrating their 50th class reunion. So make sure that you take a second this week and keep a lookout for those interviews. They will be posted on MuleshoeTV.com. You can also find on the Channel 6 Muleshoe, MuleshoeTV.com. Facebook page. But when in doubt, YouTube, Facebook, MuleshoeTV.com, all of our social media platforms to catch those interviews and any future games or any events or any Muleshoe news around town. High snap, Sigala's going to take it himself. He's going to be able to escape. One tackle, forced out of bounds, but we'll get the first down.
Off the left side, but number 10, Sigala gets the ball out to the 37-yard line. It'll be enough for Muleshoe Mule. First down.
Muleshoe first down. Sigala not stopping. He is just going and going and going. $1:25 left in this fourth quarter. And high snap, Sigala is able to take it, and he's going to heave it deep. He has an open receiver, and that ball's going to be caught down inside the 5. Noah Hernandez. Ball was over Sigala's head on the snap, and Muleshoe was there. 60 seconds left in this fourth quarter. Clock running 65-21. Muleshoe trying to score before this one ends. Sigala takes a direct snap himself, falls into the end zone. Touchdown, Muleshoe. 31 seconds left in the fourth quarter. 65-27 is your score. Ram Regalado coming out to attempt the PAT, but what a series of plays right there. Just bad snap over the head of Sigala. Sigala takes it, turns around, heaves it. I mean, Sigala lost probably about 12 yards. Kick is up, end over end, and good. Perfect on the night is Ram Regalado. 28-65 is your score. But going back to that play, Sigala was far behind the line of scrimmage. He lost at least 12, 13, if not almost 15 yards there. So you're talking about just picking up the ball, turning around, planting both feet, and just finding number 2, Noah Hernandez, downfield, and just completely throwing a bomb downfield. It was a great pass by Josue Sigala. Kicking it away will be Ram Regalado. That kick's going to be end over end and will go out of bounds.
And the kick goes out of bounds.
9 seconds left in this fourth quarter. 65-28 is your score. And once again, this will be the ball game right here. Canadians staying undefeated, keeping their championship status. Top 3 ranked team coming into Muleshoe. Muleshoe loses this one 28-65, but will look to go to Clyde next week, face the Bulldogs, and try to get a win there. We hope that you travel out to Clyde. I'm Elliott Davis, the voice of the Mules. Safe travels for everyone, and safe travels next week. You all have a great night.
Gillette LM Advertising, MuleshoeTV.com, live stream coverage of the Muleshoe Mules versus Canadian football game, brought to you by Barrett Potato Farms, McDonald's Restaurant, Mohawk Auto Parts, Bailey County Electric Cooperative Association, Burton Service Center, Muleshoe Animal Clinic and Vet Supply, Muleshoe Area Medical Center, Shipman's Body Shop and Autoplex, Muleshoe Independent School District, Muleshoe Housing Authority, Edward Jones and Stephen Dement, Dell Oil Company, TG Fuels, new name, but Orvis, Adena, and Joe are still there to serve you, Bamert Seed, and Irrigation Pumps and Power. Our high-speed internet provided tonight by 5 Area Connect.